What is good, my family? What is good, everybody? Thank you so much for coming on by. I already see the chat coming on, man. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for coming by, team. Please do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to do everything necessary to get this channel to thrive and survive and push and do this damn thing, right? What is up, guys? Oh, my goodness. Look at this, man. I can't even tell you what's already coming in super hot. It's Sebastian Lim, my brother, giving me a huge dono and saying for ARCa's hard work, my dude. I can't express to you how thankful I am for you, man, and how thankful I am for the family as well. It was an absolute ripper today, man. We absolutely killed it in the ARCa Bulls trading team this morning, you guys. Even after I left, the team with OGG and CoinFox options, everybody in there, man, they still continued to kill it right afterwards, right? So, guys, please go ahead and throw those A's in the chat. If you can hear my voice right now, go ahead and throw those A's in the chat right away so that we can get this thing rolling. Mark Roach, my buddy, good to see you. Thanks for reminding me there. What Fatal One? What is good? What is good? Chad, how's it going, man? Smoke screen up in the hood here, man. What's up, Mr. Rum? How are you? Thank you so much for coming on by. Yes, absolutely. And let's see. Waiting for the market to positively affect our positions. Hopefully this month. I hope, man, I really hope for that as well. But and Bosco, how's it going? Ian Tucker putting first in the chat, my brother. Thank you so much for coming on by. And guys, I will say that, oh man, there was an absolute sell-off over the weekend, right? We know this. It happened, but we're facing issues abroad. How does that work for the financial markets with the type of upside that we got today and the kind of downside that we got today? I don't know, but that's sentiment for you, man. That is absolutely the sentiment, and it's up to us to determine what the higher probabilities are going to be for that price action, right? And you know what? Now that I'm looking at the charts here, the outlook that we presented for both GTII and FNGR for the majority kind of worked out okay, right? So, I mean, we were looking at a potential downside here of around 294 to 313. Based on what happened on the prior day. So we ended up closing the day at 292. Okay, now in GTII, let's see. So GTII, I don't know if you remember me talking about this. I said that I just explained to you a whole huge strategy just to tell you that we were going to trade in this zone. So that's kind of what happened too. You know, the top of the price action here still hasn't changed. We're still observing the 2547, even the 20, I would say 2502, actually 2502 top with a potential 2202 bottom. And it looks like let's go ahead and pull up the 4-hour time frame and observe here. Yeah, it looks like we came down to about 2110 and recovered inside, of course, resisted from that middle section here and then used that 2202 bottom. So we're still consolidating. We're still chopping around here on GTII. Okay, so what are we to do here, team? Well, we got to see what the broader markets are saying first, because I can already kind of see, man, that kind of price action that we faced in the right in here. That was market induced, man. That was huge volatility towards the direction. So if we're going to be printing some lower price action here or higher price action, how can we determine that? Well, we're going to do that using price action and using volatility versus momentum. We want to know where we can go, right? But at least what we have been doing is identifying the trend for both FNGR and GTII against the IWM, which is the small caps, and the SPY for the S&P 500. So that's how we've been able to determine what side of the trade the asset can move in. Okay, so I don't know if you guys were paying attention, because remember I asked you guys to make sure to keep that IWM ticker in your minds, or keep it in the back burner here, because it's going to give you something, right? But I don't know if you guys noticed here, but today's price action on the IWM was absolutely monstrous. I mean, we got a huge decline. This is the daily candle here for the IWM. Notice how we opened up right up here at 199.37 and the thing dropped all the way down to 194.95. The crazy thing here is that we're observing let's see. So that's an opening of 199.876. Damn it. Are you serious? Could that really drop that hard? 5, 4, 5. That dropped 5 points. Guys, our current average true range on a daily basis here is only trading about $3.63. And this thing went for $5. Damn, guys, there is absolute pressure abroad right now, and that could, like I said, right, I'm even surprised that both FNGR and GTII survived the way they did. Like, this is quite impressive. I know, I see the downside here. I see it. I get it, you guys. I get it. Okay, but it's just considering what happened here. This was your pre-market price action here. Early pre-market. We bounced all the way up from that bottom side of about 286 on FNGR, right? All the way up to 326 and still managed to close within the same area that we were observing here. This is our support bottom that we were talking about yesterday. Right in here. We said that we would use this area as a point of inflection, right? So 290 to 298, and the focus here, which we used a couple times there, that was the 294 zone. Man, I gotta tell you guys, I'm quite impressed. I'm impressed at the fact that the FNGR asset is holding up, but I gotta show you something, okay? Because I'm not gonna Cryptic Trader put on you know what, we're gonna do it. Cryptic Trader put on a very nice poll, and we're gonna go ahead and add it into the chat right now. We're just waiting for a little more a little more of the attention to come into the chat, right? So let me just point out something for you, okay? And we're going to use the good options is telling us that the Fed Chair Powell speaks tomorrow, and this is something that we have to keep an eye on, guys. Please remember that usually Fed days, I personally like to remain risk off, right? The markets tend to behave a little weirdly when we have a Fed speaker coming on, right? So heads up for Fed Chair Powell speaking tomorrow. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, okay? I have to show you something that's critical, and it was actually shown to me by CoinFox. And I said, oh, dude, that's a lot of pressure. Okay, now, first thing I want you to identify within this quarterly chart, quarterly because it's the 3-month chart, right? I want you to notice first that we still have 2 months and 13 days, okay? So fair enough. We have 2 months, 13 days to close this candle. That means we still have a lot of time to do whatever it's going to do. Okay, but reaching the top of the price action here, you know, that 395, that is highly confluent to the opening basis of the prior quarterly chart, quarterly candle. That was right at around that $4 mark. So this is a rejection off of the quarterly top. In other words, this could be a macro double top. Okay? So we have to be very careful with this, knowing the fact that we have a quarterly double top with rejection right now. That means that there could be some pressure. Okay, but like I said, 2 months and 13 days, anything can happen here. We could still recover it. There's still that potential. We don't know, but that's why I'm here. That I want to be able to at least show you these things, right? So let's go ahead and see. Let's see what we have. So Off-Grid Gorilla saying, what the hell is Powell going to say that can't be worse than World War III? Updates on the news. We going down puts for all my teammates, man, guys. Yeah, it was. I got to tell you that for the latter half of the stock trading within the ARCa Bulls trading team, it was a directional market, and we can't bet on better odds than that, you guys. It was completely directional. We were able to bank on one direction. And not the boy band, right? So we were able to get that huge directional market, and we capitalized on hundreds and hundreds of percents together today in the ARCa Bulls trading team. So let me just go ahead and paste that invite link right into the chat here on YouTube. So go ahead and hit that link, subscribe to the ARCa Bulls trading team, and trade with me and a lot of talented traders on a daily basis. Okay, team. So we had also the possibilities, right? We also spoke about the possibility of building a bull pennant. Okay, I want to keep things. I want to keep things as transparent as possible. Okay, so let me open up here another chart. I'm going to show you something with FNGR. So let me go ahead and pull that up here into the. Okay, yeah, we're going to use this here. So let's say, for example, that this were your regression right up here, right? So let's just say, for example, this is what CoinFox was talking about. So we potentially have some type of pennant happening here, right? And this would be it here. So pennants are usually built during an upside. So this was your bottom here. We came up, and now we're building the bull pennant. The great thing here is that we're within the 65 to 75% to the apex of the triangle. Arguably speaking, we could even still consider a breakout up to here on the third quarter or fourth quarter, right? So right around there, we could still experience a breakout from this. Now, if we were to recover price from here, that means that we technically could also make a complete upside here using MicroStrat. All right, I'll pick it out. So how did you voice your own? Did you voice your own your thing by the 3 dots and saying speak message? Because I could. Oh, I can't. Gotcha, dude. That's what a way to speak, right? Coming up all Stephen Hawking up in here, dude. Anyway, so yeah, we could technically, guys, we're gonna go over MicroStrategies here for sure. So we have 2 retracement candles here, and we could do two upward inclining price candles here too. So if that is the case, then this would be the resistance to kind of validate for breakout. We again, right? We still have 2 months and 13 days to close this time frame here. But while we're experiencing flash sell-offs all over the market, our assets are also going to face that type of sell-off too. Okay, but we got to make sure that they're not. We got to make sure that they're not in that like capitulation, like immediate thrust to the downside type thing. You know what I mean? That's where it becomes really dangerous for the individual stock. But when it comes to maybe declining at a slower rate, at a more comfortable rate, or inclining inversely to that, then that's when the assets tend to have their character built in as well. Okay, so even though that the market is going down, if an asset has strong fundamentals or it has strong whatever, then you could get in a continuation to the upside based on your individual stock's perspective. Okay, so in this case, we noticed that let me pull this up in a shorter time frame right after I explain this. Okay, we're going to use the hourly time frame to identify what I mean using the IWM. Okay, so CoinFox's theory here was double topping at that quarterly top. That's dangerous. Okay, but now speaking on his other strategy too, we have a downside, we have a recovery, and we have price convergence. In other words, bull pennant, and it's almost perfectly symmetrical too, just by a few degrees off. So I'm not gonna. I would really hate to put targets here for you, and then for you to feel like there's hopium, right? But one of the first targets that we can observe would be somewhere around $14, and 1458 rhymes. Well, guys, I'm not saying that it's going there. Okay, just hold off. We're doing the analysis here. We got to make sure that we can all be, not gambling gorillas, right? Right, OG, and really practice the analysis the way that it should be practiced. Okay, so let me see. Are these the puts even still? I'm just gonna say that there is confluence between the first breakout target of the pennant here to 1458. It is confluent to this. To remember, if we were speaking of this yesterday, right? I don't know if you guys are still here, or the ones that were here yesterday will probably get a repetition of this. But take a look at this. In the options flow, the 17th of May 24 expiries, the contracts of $15 strike are concentrated with the biggest open interest that there is. So that's kind of, nice. So let's just say that, right? Let's just kind of keep it at that. Okay, so now, let's go ahead and go into a shorter time frame period and see what we can do about the immediate short-term time frame, of course. All right, so let's state the obvious here. Let's go to the 5-minute time frame and observe the moving averages. Okay, so you can see here that from the pre-market today, intraday, we tested and validated your SMA 200 and EMA 200. We broke below the SMA 50, the teal line, and now we're coming up to test it. We rejected from up here. And now we're sitting at $2.91 on the 5-minute time frame underneath every major moving average. Okay, so does that mean that we get continuation to the downside? Well, this is when we start using momentum. Okay, so let's observe this. So if we were to use here, let me get rid of this here. We're noticing that stochastic momentum has a downside pivot, right? And we're also noticing that volatility is expanding. So when we expand in volatility, that usually means that we're hitting the throttle towards a direction. So Off-Grid Gorilla is saying Gambling Gorilla had a 5-figure day today, but not as big as Sebastian's and Cryptics traders were, was much larger than a 5 figures, dude. Yeah, a much larger 5-figure. So Immortal GTII is saying I have 2.5 strike puts for FNGR expiring on the 19th of April. So those are way out of the date. So you're still, I guess there could be some safety within that, I guess, because there is a pillow of time. Okay, so guys, we have a downside pivot here on the 5-minute time frame, immediate short-term time frame. Notice that the RSI is also crossing below the SMA 14, so that's indicative of a continuation to the downside. Right, so CoinFox is saying FNGR clearing the quarterly high is a must to get to the upside. If they can't bust it up, they will more than likely bust it down. Okay, so that's those are notes coming up from one of our analysts, one of our traders here, very talented trader. So guys, you have to heads up with that. Okay, heads up with that. So we have an immediate short-term time frame downside, 5-minute time frame indicating that we could drop even further. So if we're using the current ATR low, it's saying that we would drop to the valuation of around 287. Well, guess what? The prior day's low, today's low is 287. So that's what this thing is implying, a drop from 291 in the 5-minute time frame down to 287 and then potentially experience a bounce. But why a bounce? Well, that's because that's typically what happens at inflection, right? And not only that, is that if we move on here to the 15-minute time frame, look at your RSI. Look at how it's dropping. And then look at the gravitational zone here. So this is going to be your SMA 14, your gravitational zone. The RSI signal here is going to drop support from 2 forms, gravitation and SMA 14. That'll likely experience a bounce intraday, early intraday, right? And then we'll get a bounce here to say where. So if we're using the 15-minute time frame as the bounce zone, then let's use the 15-minute ATR top. So the current ATR top here is saying that we would bounce to 295. Now 295 is where in relation to the price action here on FNGR. Well, it's correlated to the EMA 7 and the EMA 9. So that would be a reversion. It's going to be your 287 to the 15-minute time frame resistance, which is going to be around that 295, 296 at the EMA 30 and EMA 20. Sorry, the EMA 20 and the EMA 9. So very close together. Okay, that would be your immediate short-term price action. So if we were to face that resistance, bounce and then resist, then where's the resistance located? So let's see where it is. Let's try to find it. Yeah, you know what? It could be within these time frames. So bounce there. Yeah, bounce on the 30, the hourly time frame bounce. Okay, there it is. Your resistance is right up here on the SMA 14 on the RSI. So let's go ahead and revert back to the current ATR top on the hourly time frame. So it's showing here that the best that we could do would be somewhere around $3.16 come tomorrow. So $3.16 would be your current ATR top. Okay, now the daily ATR top is reading to 342. But that 342, in order for us to get up to those numbers here, 342 would be located right about here. That would be this topside resistance, which would be the space between 349 and about 345. In order for us to get to that top side, we would need to experience a pretty nice bounce from that EMA 200. If we fail the EMA 200, the 267 here is going to have to do it. And it's going to have to penetrate back above the EMA 200 in order for us to get up there. Okay, another thing to combat here on the hourly time frame would be your SMA 50 at $3.22. Okay, so it's not impossible. It's not saying that it's impossible. It's just saying that there is a lot of pressure within the immediate short-term time frame since we're getting an overall bearish shift. Notice how the hourly time frame is bouncing here, right? Using all these major moving averages to the upside, and then eventually started just using the EMA 20 versus the EMA 9 and the EMA 7 moving averages to continue on that upward move. But now we're crossing below the SMA 50. So that means that usually when we cross below the SMA 50, there's usually a test of either the EMA 200 or the SMA 200 on the hourly time frame before we bounce and test the SMA 50. And that's where I'm telling you that I guess maybe I would say anywhere between 316 and about 326. That's going to be my bound here. 316 and 326. That could be the top of the price action upon experiencing a bounce to the downside first. Okay, so immediate short-term time frame. The 5-minute time frame is showing you that we could be getting down to some levels around that hourly EMA 200 to the hourly SMA 200, 267 to about 282. Get that bounce from this area here. Experience the resistances near the SMA 50, which could range between 316 to 326, and then we'll see about continuation from there. But this is already the day in perspective, okay? So I'm giving you the downside, the upside, and rejection. That rejection to come back down to where? I have no idea, but something tells me that we may come back down to around where the EMA 200 is, which could be located similarly to where we are presently at 291. After this short-term downside, short-term upside, and then we would come back down and kind of settle around near where we closed today. Okay, so that's kind of here. That's sort of what I'm reading within the FNGR asset. Okay, and in order for me to determine these targets, I am using. You know what? We actually have a psychological reason to do it too. It's a little weird, but we're going to go ahead and try to apply it anyway. Okay, so we do have a little bit of a head and shoulders formation here. So I guess, you know what? Let's humor the damn thing. If it really is going to do that for us, then hold on. Actually, no, it is, hold on. Holy crap, it's a failed pennant on a 3-hour? No way. That's really weird. Let's see. Let me see if I'm facing this the right way. Hold on. It's a little weird, but hold on. Just a sec. Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing, yeah. And it broke down just at 65 to 70% to the apex. This does have further targets. Let's acquire them. So yeah, now we have a psychological price objective to observe here. Let me go ahead and collect that for you now. This is the clean break. First target would be, guess what? Look at that. The first target is 264. And we were just talking about a 267. Right? So Sebastian's saying Tesla at a big inflection now. Oh, dude. There's a gap at 153. You're talking to Sebastian, right? Oh, right. You guys are talking about macro targets. Gotcha. Let me get there a little later. So, okay, team. The local target here, the biggest bound would be the pennant here, taking you all the way down to about $2.64. Let's see the center of the triangle. Okay, the center of the triangle is another target for you to observe. So let's apply it to that first clean break, which is this candle here. And now we'll take you to a target of about $2.87. Is that matching the lower bounds? $2.87. Yeah, we said 267. 267. Got it. Okay, yeah, it's similar. Okay, and now the breakdown target, I think we just met that. This one here. I think we already knocked that one out of the park. Yeah, in fact, we did. Okay. Yeah, we already knocked this one out, so we don't have to use it anymore. Okay, so these are the next two targets here. Let me go ahead and highlight them here for you so that you can have them jotted down, right? Something like this here. 287 to the bottom bound of about 264. We're already talking about a 267 target. Yeah, it is rhyming pretty nicely, team. Now let's take a fib and validate this. I want to take it from the bottom of the pre-market range to the high of intraday. And look at that. How much more confluence do you want, right? Damn. So you absolutely have confluence here. That's rhyming with the 1 spot 618 golden mean at $2.64 perfectly to the highest bound retracement target of this bull pennant. It should have been playing towards the upside, but of course, with what's happening in the broader, in the broader world here, this was kind of bound to happen anyway. Now, I want to go ahead and pull up. I want to pull up here the daily time frame and see if we gained in correlation any more to the IWM. So let's pull up the correlation coefficient against FNGR and the IWM. Okay. So daily time frame still not correlated. Let's see the hourly. Yeah, the immediate short-term time frames, team, we're growing correlation. Look at the 3 hour in the 90 percentile. 4 hour time frame expanding. Same with the 6 hour time frame. Yeah, the markets and FNGR, they're growing correlated little by little, more and more. Right? So just heads up, okay? Heads up with this. Man, you guys, it's a critical point where we are. I think that if we're looking at this in a broader perspective, the way that it is, I kind of saw something here. Understanding that this is your true inflection here at 277. Like we can't. Let me put it down as a range instead of just one single solid target. So just about 277 to about. Guess where? 265. My goodness. Right in this area here. Huge resistance here. Bunch of support. Bunch of resistance here. Support there. The opening basis of this candle here. Closing basis of that one there. Like this is. Yeah, guys. 277 to, of course, that magical number of 265 where we were just looking at. Right back here. At 264 at the 1 spot 618. Guys, it is an important target. It is very important. If we start reaching down to those levels here, it is of critical importance that we maintain price above 264, or else there could be some price action to face. So let me go ahead and start that. Let me start that poll now. We're gonna go ahead and oh man, see how can I do this? Let's see. All right, so we're let me type it in like this, and then who did you? What the heck? All right, guys, I'm gonna create this poll. I want you to submit your votes here, and you tell me which one sucks more. Okay, so which one sucks more? And here's the poll. Go ahead and submit your votes now. So which one sucks more? This is Cryptic Trader asking GTII, FNGR, or Monica Lewinsky. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and put a little bit of a comic relief here, right? While we're going through the analysis and the price action here, potentials for tomorrow's session. Go ahead and submit your votes here. Remember that the votes are completely anonymous, so you do not release your name. You don't release anything other than which one sucks more. Good times indeed up in here, man. All right, so anyway, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. I think everybody got the pun. You know, because sometimes there's a language barrier, right? And not all the time are we able to get everybody to understand that pun, right? So go ahead, if you're new to the chat, go ahead and submit your poll. You're voting on the poll, right? And then we'll be able to go over the statistics, whether GTI, FNGR, or Monica Lewinsky sucks more. So, guys, and please, if you're now just entering the chat, please do me the strongest favor in the world and hit that like button, right? Subscribe to the channel. Make sure to do all those things necessary to get this channel to thrive. I absolutely love that we're getting a laugh out of this too, guys. You know, I love it. Okay, so here I'm gonna go ahead and set the invite here for you, team. This is the link in the chat here for you to subscribe to the ARCa Bulls trading team, where we're trading the markets every day at 6 a.m. into whatever time that wherever volatility leads us, man, we're there. I forgot about the $4 retrace perfect play. So, yeah. We were talking about that ticker the other day too, INDO, yesterday. So somebody requested it. But guys, so the moves here. Remember, here's for FNGR. Yes, we do have a retracement coming down to the areas of about 287. I get it, yes. But we do have a 3-hour bearish engulfing here, okay? So that's indicating potential weakness in the price, and that's indicating also a continuation to the downside. So if we do get a continuation to the downside, here's my warning to you. This is also a bi-hourly time frame bearish engulfing, and an hourly time frame bearish engulfing, and a 30-minute time frame bearish engulfing. Okay, so lots of bearish engulfings here. So that's likely to lead price action a bit to the downside. Remember, if you're going to remember anything, remember this within FNGR. Okay, we observed here on the daily chart a zone of incredible importance. Okay, so we're gonna just show it here with the arrows for the newcomers, for the new visitors, right? For the new listeners. Sorry. Ever since Double X said the newcomers, I've always been stuck with it now. Okay, that area there, and then also this zone here. Okay, so now that we can kind of point it here with the arrows, I want you to focus in that area, okay? Just focus right in that zone, because that is really where I'm observing that we could come back down to. But if we observe here the bigger arrow, this arrow here, that is pointing towards a very specific target. This target here of $2 and about 64 cents, that is a critical target to observe. Why? Because that would mark off inflection. That would mark off the zone where price action, if it starts failing this area here, yeah, very likely we can start sliding down all the way down to around this target here of 242. Okay, so the crazy thing about that target is that everything is kind of rhyming with it, right? We're talking about discretion. We're talking about the bottom targets here using the pennant's measured move, and also geometrics at 264. So I mean, psychological take profits. That would be geometric take profits. It would be discretionary take profits. All of that stuff, guys, and it's all kind of being validated as well by some statistics too. The lower the lower bound of the second standard deviation, you're looking at around $2.60 too. So even mathematics are kind of giving us that probable downside. Okay, so we have to watch out in the markets here, because there is that potential drop here. And if we are experiencing that, there are a few things to tell us about that continuation. Since we're noticing that the IWM is starting to grow a little more in correlation here with the FNGR asset, then we can only assume that following the IWM would also be wise for understanding or trying to identify potential targets, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at this now. 4-hour time frame on the IWM is showing, man, that the bulls really don't have too much control here. Completely gave out at that prior bar high, and it's now continuing towards the downside. It actually closed beneath the closing basis of the prior candle at 195.61. Now, what does that mean? Well, on a daily time frame, the current ATR for IWM is around $2.13. So that means that we could drop here another $2. But I need you to also know that this thing dropped around $5 too, right? It dropped huge. So if we're gonna continue onto the downside, let's observe volatility versus momentum. Here we go. So Mark Roach saying 110 to 150. Wow. Oh man, those are big targets. So if you haven't submitted your votes just yet, let's go ahead and submit your votes before we close down this thing. I'm just gonna give it a few more seconds. And then we'll close out the voting on this poll. All right. Nice. So anyway, team, let's observe here what momentum is telling us. Let's go down actually further. Let's go to the hourly time frame. So hourly time frame is completely consolidating here. The RSI is really the only thing showing us that we could be experiencing a downside. It is in the gravitational zone, and we are definitely pivoted towards the downside. So we have downside posturing on both the SMA 14 and the RSI signal. So that could mean that we could face a continuation to the downside. Although volume kind of died out there, but it is also, the after hours period. And if we were to use this formation here, then this would mark off a dead cat bounce. So just in case we do fulfill this dead cat, I'm not going to use this target here for the downside because this is a FOMO wick. Okay, so we're going to use here the top of the range right about here to the bottom side of the dead cat, which is right down here. That's the way you measure a dead cat bounce, and this is the way you get the price objective. So that's telling you 193.86 on the IWM. Let's see, seeing that we have a daily ATR retracement of $3.63, that can now tell us that we have a few targets in line. So if we're looking at an opening of about 195.432, that means 192 something. Do we have anything rhyming? Yep, we do. The lower bound of the 2 standard deviation multiplier is giving us 192.90. Okay, so yeah, we do have some lower bounds here. So 192.90, let's just plot it down or mark it up just like this here. This is the psychological take profit target, and this is where we're presently sitting on the green one, right? So let's take a fib. Let's take a fib retracement here and potentially validate whatever we could be moving down to, just like this here. We're not going to take the FOMO wick up there. We're going to take the same range. Okay, so it looks like we are rhyming here. 192.90 is paired very well within these center targets here. The two spot 272 at 193.58 to the 2 spot 618 at 193.19. And it looks, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and jot it down like this so that you guys are aware over what I'm observing here for potential price action into the coming day. Okay, so right in here is what we're looking for, right? 193.98 to 192.90, and I'm going to go ahead and put these targets down there just like this for you. Okay, just like this. Okay, and then the next one, just like that. Okay, now from here, what do we do? The volatility versus momentum. So immediate short-term time frame consolidating as well. 10-minute time frame shows a little bit of an upside, and the 5-minute time frame is giving up on that upside here. So when we have this upside, downside type of bias going on within the stochastic momentum indicator, that often means that it's consolidation with a little bit of downside pressure. Okay, so if we're going to consolidate here, sure, I guess we're going to consolidate within the areas of about the 0618, 195.41 to about the zone of about the top of the consolidate, baby, down to up to the 196.08. Right, so we could be experiencing this before we face a downside. So I guess if I were to put an immediate guess over where we're going to go, I think FNGR would feel some of that downside pressure maybe 2-3 hours into the trade, maybe even sooner. But right around, I think the first half of the session is where we face it. Oh man! All right, you guys. So just keep that in mind. Now, so that's going to do it here for IWM and FNGR. Let me do it for GTII real quick. Let me just give it a quick whirl here because this is actually amongst the easier charts. All right, 4-hour time frame resistance at the SMA 14 here. That is telling you that resistance is close enough to observe this area as the potential bounce zone before coming back to test that 2202 bottom right here. I'm looking at 2351 to 2405 in the immediate short-term time frame. Rejection from this area and then come back down to test the 2202 to about the lower bound of that prior 4-hour candle low. So right in here, just like this. 2202 to about 2110 could be the new zone for us to observe some of that potential support into tomorrow. Now, if we do bounce from this area, the same goes here, team. Your same resistances are still in play. First of all, we're going to have to just get over the 2351 to about the 2402 and then eventually reach the resistance top of about 2547. and it looks like we're still kind of consolidating here. It really feels like GTII is trying to kind of position itself against maybe a fundamental release of sorts. Well, here is something too. Whatever charts we look at today, we may notice that they will be in a little bit of a consolidation phase towards the end of the trade today. And the reason that happens is because of tomorrow's speech. That's going to be Fed Chair Powell. That kind of thing happens. It happens, you guys. We usually experience consolidation before the Fed speaks, or upside. Okay, so let's go ahead and close the poll off now and see what we got as far as. So if you're new to the chat, go ahead and submit your vote. Which one sucks more, GTII, FNGR, or Monica Lewinsky? All right, so you have 5 seconds to submit your vote. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and complete the voting panel here and end the poll. And so here are the results for Cryptic Traders sponsored poll. Which one sucks more? Monica Lewinsky she literally takes the cake. Oh, sorry. I mean, you know what I mean. Monica took it. Off-grid Gorilla saying GTII fundamental release, aka not legal advice, lawsuit suing the company. Right. So that's still within play. Oh my goodness. So guys, so that was it for the voting poll on that, and that was it for GTII, FNGR, and the IWM ticker. So if we're gonna dive deeper, let's find out what the heck is going on with the SPY. Guys, the SPY is coming up to some critical supports. Yesterday, you guys were asking me what's the lowest potential we could face. I spoke about a 503.04 to about a 497.45 being the NVIDIA gap. Okay, so the low of today came down to one of Off-Grid Gorilla's targets, almost dead on the money. At the low of, let's see, that was 503.58, which is very close to the 503.04. And let's take a look at the 12-hour time frame. The 12-hour time frame is trying to tweezer bottom here, but I will say it's not doing such a great job at it. And the reason why I say this is because your RSI on the 12-hour time frame is, guess where? In the gravitational zone of the bear strength percentile. That is, I don't think that's going to recover nothing. Guys, if that's really the case, we're going to be experiencing a continuation to the downside here, and we're going to start to, I really do think that this may be the case here. If we continue to the downside, guys, oh man, we could be filling the NVIDIA gap, right? So if we do face a downside, don't bank on it, right? Don't bank on us starting to fall, from this point here. I get it. I get the 503, 504 area was that gnarly NVIDIA gap, but that doesn't mean that we're going to get this slide all the way down, right? So I would really want you to practice heavy discretion here, because usually at critical supports like this, there could be some bounces. So if we're going to experience a bounce here, there could be a pretty nice little rippy rip towards the upside here at the open. Okay, so I'm thinking here that we could reach all the way up to maybe 507, the bottom side of the range. Let's just say it like this, right? So I would say, I would say around 506.97 to maybe the top end of around 508.40, and then we could probably pull on back. If we extend this, we still have the inflection zone that we used today for a take profit target. That would be your 508.64 to 510.44 with the focus of 509 3/4. So these are your two bounds here, and we could be experiencing a retracement into those targets there. If we do get that retracement up there, guys, start taking a look at some how you say it, OGG, you say the value bets, right? Start observing the potentials for value bets here, because there could be some very cheap options contracts at that very top side here, of which we can take advantage of, buy them in the cheap, and then also just make them completely IV pump against everyone else. So there is that possibility as well. Oh God, Ow. Sorry, guys. I just, damn. I was scratching my, guys, I don't even know if I should say that out loud. I just got really, dude, I was scratching my knee. I was scratching my knee and I was like, pulling on my pants to scratch it, right? And then, so then what happened is that I like started scratching so hard that it like snapped. I snapped my the grip of the pants and it went straight into the groin, full fist. And I'm like, oh, dude, I got all sweaty and hot, man. I just all happening live right here, dude. As soon as jeez, dude, my head immediately started hurting. Man, not a fan of what just happened to me, guys. That really sucked a lot. Yeah, guys, I think you know what? Let's kind of, well, this is going to affect everything, man. Even for the people that are observing GTI and FNGR, it's going to affect everything if it really slides down like the way we're thinking, right? If we face that resistance top, right? And then this thing just starts to go down like immediately, bro. Oh, man. The IWM is going to slip away, right? And everything under the sun will also slip. So, guys, if you want to play long anything, play the DXY long because that thing ripped today. Yeah, Sebastian, I'm thinking that the, let me validate it. Hold on. Let me go to the, dude, remember that the Fed is speaking tomorrow, so we don't know all the way. Because what if they're noticing that the markets are really plunging and then they really launch out on that plunge protection team? Yeah, CoinFox is giving us a little valid point here. He's saying that all machines are programmed to sell bounces now. I can't agree more, bro. I can't agree more. The froth land, the upside price action, I think temporarily, guys, it's kind of done for. And remember that I spoke of yesterday another zone that we could still reach and technically still be within a higher low. Damn. Within a higher low structure. So let me pull a weekly time frame up here. Let me get rid of all the things, the indicators and drawings, and observe what price has been doing here, right? So this is really what price has been doing here. This is from the very lows of October 2022. We came back. We set the base. We set the foundation at 409.64. Okay, so if we still are to make a higher, oh man, I think damn. I would say no lower than 491.55. I mean, technically we could still set a new one at 467 and still be okay. Jeez, no way. Yeah, at the very bottom bound, freaking crap. That would be the top of the price action, November 2021. To about 467.78. And then if that's failed, hold on. If that's failed, this is the next zone here. 459.79 to 467.43. And that could be that, guys. Yeah, I almost feel like we may retrace here, guys, big time. The S&P 500 is showing massive weakness here. Dude, let me check the monthly. Oh man, 14 days to close off this massive bearish engulfing on a monthly time frame. Wait a second, let me see the 6 month. Yeah, it's a huge wick. Let me see the quarterly. That's bad news, you guys. The SPY just double topped the quarterly, creating a tweezer top. We still have 2 months, I get it. But that is no good. This is no good. No good. This is yeah, man. I don't even know. But guys, I think the next targets here, yeah, if we're observing this on a quarterly basis, then I'm gonna go ahead and set the targets here. Right? I don't even know if I could now that I drew them. Yeah, you know what? They're still very much valid. I would keep these. Yeah, just like that. Bottom bound 459.79 to 467.73, and the upper bound support would be 476.78 to 480.33. That, guys, is more than a probability here, especially with what's happening abroad. Okay, so I need you to be very careful with the way that you are carrying your assets. Okay, this is not looking too good. The bi-monthly is going to be closing a shooting star here if it closes like that. Let's see the monthly time frame. Monthly time frame also has the, so yeah, that's, you're talking about buy formations here. Okay, the bi-monthly over in the same amount of time that the monthly is over, 14 days. Shooting star monthly time frame closing a bearish engulfing here, 14 days, still the same amount of time. Your bi-weekly time frame, yeah, this is your first retracement candle here and already breaking market structure. It's already outside of the 2 prior bi-weekly bars. Actually, 3 prior bi-weekly bars already below those. That's guys, yeah, this is dangerous. Something's up in the markets, guys, and you got to be very careful. Short term, there could be some short term bounces here, guys. I think on, what day is it today? I think on Friday. Yeah, I think maybe Friday into next week, Monday, we could be experiencing a bounce, and that would be on a 3 Black Crows formation here. Quick little reversal, validate your 504.55, and then continue to the downside. So options. Let's see. So options is giving us his personal position. He is saying here the 480 strikes long puts with a May 17th expiry. And he said, thank me later. Old dad, yeah, I think so. Old dad is saying that we're going to visit the old all-time high at 480-ish minimum. Dude, I do think so. That's well within the bounds that I'm speaking of. Check this out, my brother. Right in here is that bound of 480.33 to 476.78. If we fail that, and that's where I'm saying that we may come down to the further 52-week trough, right? The prior one, that would be the 459.79 to 467.43. If that really is the case, my dude, holy goodness gracious, man, we could be on a directional market here, and we could be banking hard. You guys, I urge you to join the ARCa Bulls trading team to trade with us. Join by hitting that link in the chat. Come on down. Old dad is calling a 440 target on the SPY. So guys, if we're all kind of seeing if we're all seeing this potential downside, you know that there's probably, you know, I mean, guys, the last thing you want is confluent minds with all good traders. You know, when that happens, you know, it's probably going to happen. Okay, so we have to be explicitly careful over how we're trading moving forward. So now, Sebastian Lim was giving us a little bit of an opportunity here regarding Tesla. So let's see what's up with that. He's saying that Tesla is at a critical support. Not only is it on its daily low and the post-market low, but it's also, I believe, at a. Let me see the quarter. I think I was looking at that quarter. If I'm mistaken, then I'm mistaken. There it is, dude. Yes, we're at the quarterly low. So check this out. We're right now breaking the 160.58 of Tesla. Guys, big time. Big drops to be experienced here. I mean, easily, we could experience a 10-point drop as the first drop. Okay? So if we are looking at this with a daily ATR, we're looking at almost $8 in daily ATR. Okay? So it can move. Yeah, there's really no reason to bounce. The only thing I can see here is potential short-term bounce at maybe another 1.5 bounce. Validate the let me see. Let me go to the 4-hour. Oh, we already did it. This was my expectation, to bounce back to the 165.18 to 168.55, then get short and break it. Guys, this thing is below inflection now. Yep. I think tomorrow's target, we're coming down to about 151.58. Guys, Tesla's in play tomorrow. Let me give you the targets. 151.58. That's going to be your 4-hour. Yeah, the lower bound of the second standard deviation multiplier on a 4-hour retrace is going to be 153.36. That is perfect. The 153.36 is literally the opening basis and closing basis of these candles here. And what does that mean? So if we're at 160 and we're looking at, this is right here. The center is 770, the 770 average true range bottom. And this is just around $7 right here at 153.49. That target is not out of the question. I do believe Tesla's in play for tomorrow, and we may be experiencing a solid move here. And it doesn't look like anything, and I mean this, it doesn't look like anything is in the way, with the exception of this target here at 155.30, which we just have to kind of watch out for. But other than that, you guys, nothing. Say that again, buddy. I got you on the mic now.
Oh, that's exactly what I had. I had 155.20 to 153.31.
153.31, dude. Yeah, we're man. So your targets are pretty much like they're pretty much rhyming. They're saying the same thing. Guys, tomorrow is going to be a serious opportunity in the ARCa Bulls trading team. We're going to be able to buy long some puts. Guys are going to be trading some shares on this. We're going to have multiple strategies going up on this. And we're potentially going to bank out on several points of price action here. Guys, big time prices coming in tomorrow. And I say this all the time. But remember, it's one thing to call the play and it's quite another to execute the play. It's a whole other beast to actually execute it, okay, team? So only because I'm saying that those are the targets here, it doesn't mean that we're not gonna bounce here and there. The ebb and flow of Tesla is for real, right? So we have to identify when that moment is. Say again, brother.
Show them the example of how Tesla plays.
We're gonna show you the example, man. All right, so if we're talking about the target, and guys, I gotta really tell you this, right? You know what? We're gonna use a pretty good example here. So this was our bottom side, right? We're gonna go on that. We got long the ticker right here, bam, and we're thinking here, statistically speaking, this guy can make a top side all the way up to this top side target, right? It could make it up to here, right? And we're thinking to ourselves, you know what? We're gonna bank out big time. It's gonna be huge price action over the next few days. But if you hold during this process, it's so dangerous. Right? And it's dangerous because the price action, as you can see here, pretty much did this. And then bam, you got it. Yeah, we got our target. Right? So if you don't know how to play Tesla, so this is what happens to Tesla, right? That's the analysis here. If you're going to take a screenshot, show this is ARCa Bulls analysis. So guys, I mean that for real. Look at this. We got in 179. The thing ripped all the way to 196. It dropped all the way the hell down to 174. Ripped all the way the hell to freaking 205. Came all the way the hell down to 188. All the way up to their target. Like, what the hell happened? You know, you just got freaking reamed and you got burnt and squashed and ran over by all kinds of big rigs. And you got your target though. You got it though. You know, you made it. But you got all messed up during that whole way. So guys, if you don't know how to trade Tesla, join the ARCa Bulls trading team so that you can avoid getting trampled by 74 buses. Okay, so just make sure don't get trampled. Just trade it the right way. Yeah, Immortal GTII. We were noticing that today. We were noticing that they did have but dude, we were observing that in a different manner though, because the layoffs are actually, if we look at it from a different perspective or from the perspective, it's actually a good thing. That means that they're going to be, well, I mean, the way that they worded it, OGT was telling me that the way that they worded it sounded very bearish. But if you look at it from its very foundation, it's actually a good thing, right? That's going to help with revenue. They're going to help preserve cash. So they're going to be able to remain, a little bit of, I guess, a tiny bit more, cash heavier. So in all reality, it could be a good thing. And also that the Fed, wants us to have less jobs. They want us to slow down the purchasing things on borrowed cash, which is why they did that whole thing with the interest rates hiking and all that. We were just too frothy. So I honestly think that that Tesla just has too much. I mean, they're after him, man. I don't know who, right? But they're after Elon, and they're trying to they're trying to bring this thing down to a certain ground, and I'm not sure where that ground is going to be, but something tells me it may be right within that 151. And if we experience any lower, then what the hell? Let me see.
Remember that 160 double bottom? That's probably gonna bounce 160.51.
Yeah.
Yeah, 160.51. It's gonna end up bouncing there.
This one here, though.
Before it goes.
Oh man. And then just in case we fail that inflection, because that's if there's a demand zone on Tesla, it's gotta be there, right? It's gotta be there, because if it's not there, then I got some bad news for you, man. It's gonna be 126 to freaking 119 with a validation of resistance to follow through with a $101 Tesla, dude.
102. You got that one. Yeah, 102.
Right, 102, 101 down there. It'll suck a lot.
So if it fails that, there's no major pivot stopping it from going to 102.
Oh my goodness!
There's a tiny one at 124, 125-ish.
Dude,
but it's small, weak. It's weak.
It's a temporary
one. It's a Lauren pivot.
It's weak and tiny, dude. It's literally, it's not good. It's not good. That's not gonna hold nothing. It's just gonna be a validation of resistance. It's just gonna blow through it. Tesla has a lot of Tesla has some fire. Dude, it may just got below it. It may not even. Yeah, it may ignore it. Dude, so Mark Rose just said Tesla target, nailed it, 101. Dude, I mean, if that really is the case, bro, that's not, that's your major inflection point, the forever inflection point.
That balls deep.
Yeah, that right there, bro. I swear on everything, I'll be borrowing money from every bank I can borrow money to short it. So let's just say that the primary inflection point. Sorry about that. Let me just come back here. The primary inflection point for Tesla is just right around there, guys. Your bottom side, 102, 101, 70. That failing that is going to be the end of the upside price action here for Tesla, and it's going to be likely a macro distribution phase, and it's going to take a while for it to recover. But I mean, at those levels, tell me that people aren't willing to buy it. I mean, we're talking about
calls at those levels.
Yeah, dude, we're talking about a company that's
GTI
not
at 10 cents, baby.
So we're not talking about a Tesla as a company that's just focused on EV cars, right? It's robotics. I mean, fill me in, Coin. You said it yourself, right? It's the EV manufacturer is robotics. You said it's it's space, right? It's so aerospace. Dude, it's the Neuralink. So, I mean, it's everything, and within that, it also has a subcategory of a whole bunch of other crap too, right? Because you can buy Teslas with a Shiba Inu, or I don't know if they accept already Dogecoin, but I think you can buy Teslas with Shiba. And let's see, people will buy Tesla up huge if it goes down that low. I agree, man. I personally would too. I mean, seeing this thing at $400, I mean, remember that this thing kind of they split the price. But if you recall correctly, Tesla was up to like $1,200, $1,1200, $1,300 around there. So Mark Roach saying, can you do a quick TA on MPW? Yeah, brother, of course. So let's go ahead and take a look at that team. This is the opportunity that we're talking about here for Tesla. Huge, huge, huge potential for a downside continuation starting potentially tomorrow. So heads up on that. And for those of you who remember last night, I was saying that, guys, I didn't perform the back test on GME because of what's happening abroad. And the back test wouldn't matter at this point, because if the market starts selling off, that means that the back test here for GME would invalidate. Well, look what happened with GME today. Let's move up to bam, right there. Check out the price. That's why I didn't run the back test. This is today. That's why. Because I know that if I speak about it, people are going to try to get freaking long as all hell. But I do remember talking to you about a $10.06 target on this. That's what I do remember. I told you guys 10.06, this thing's coming down. But we still have space. We still have another, I don't know, we could drop to 964 even still. Man, this is, guys, whoa. Dude, GME falling beneath 838, maybe even 980. 980 to about 843. This is that's gonna 5-point drop here on I'm talking about a $10 asset, 5-point drop. Ooh, dude. So, oh yeah, Sebastian, dude, I know we missed the entry on Boeing at a 10, what was it, 72? I forgot what the target was. Yeah, dude, hell yeah. I mean for this kind of thing, this is gonna put a lot of fear into the markets. There's gonna be a lot of fear here. So this oh dude, there is nothing. I mean, yeah, I guess a little bit here at 788. Yeah, that's that same 840, the same one that I said. As soon as we break 840, 629 to 562, dude. 629 to 562. Good God. 562. Let me put it down. 629. Whatever. Right around there. This is that target to observe. Okay, so that, yeah, guys, I just wanted to say that. That's why I didn't put the thread together. CoinFox showing us GME. Quite literally a dumpster fire. Okay, so Mark Roach. I'm going to squeeze, just hodl. Okay, so where you at, Mark Roach? You were talking about ticker symbol, what was it? Sorry, brother, I totally missed MPW. MPW, right? That, yeah, guys, that was the reason why I didn't speak about it. Man, freaking damn it, bro. Yeah, but we still came short of the target though, man. BA has a target of 164.96 to 163.18, potentially tomorrow. Again tomorrow. Damn it. Okay, pissed off. Anyway, let me pull together here another chart. Oh, I could use this one here. And MPW is the request here. So yeah, let's give it a whirl and see what's goody. Okay, here we go. So MPW had a massive day today, bro. What the hell? It closed off the day at a 80% increase. First of all, the prior day's close was at around 399. From prior day's close, it went up 33% on a on a $3-4 asset. That's not bad. Let's state the obvious first. 5-minute time frame. Price action came down with a shakeout here, right? It looks like a spring. Down to the SMA 200, which was at about 469. Price action reached 468. So that can sometimes flash momentum, and it kind of did here. Look, on the stochastic momentum indicator, an upside thrust happened from critical contraction. So we're critically contracted here, and with a potential upside thrust on the 5-minute time frame. Let's see if the 10-minute got it. The 10-minute got it. Okay, let's see the 15-minute. The 15-minute is also feeling it too from critical contraction. Okay. The 30-minute time frame is entering critical contraction soon. There are several different setups on this. Dude, there may be a continuation. Hold on. Dude, yeah. Shoot. If I didn't know any better, this is building a bull flag based on volatility and momentum. RSI 6-hour time frame about to enter the gravitational zone again for a pull to the upside. Massive upside pivot here on the 6-hour time frame in the bullish control zone. and expansion. The component actually just went into critical expansion within the 90 percentile. There's something up here. Oh yeah, dude, this is I don't know if they don't sell it off right away. This has probably a couple more days of upside. And I honestly think that this probably has another chance to test this range here. Right about here, I'd say 516 to about 532. It's kind of what I'm observing here, dude. This is dude, this is big time, bro. There's something up with this, and it's still pushing towards that upside in almost every time frame. Almost every time frame is just about done with this pullback. If we were to pull back on a shorter time frame, let me use the. It feels balanced already. It doesn't have too much more to go. I guess the only place I would say it would probably be here. I would say somewhere between 457 and 463. And that would be your 3-hour ATR low at 454. This is getting ready for a pop again to the upside. And this one, Mark Roach, this one is getting ready for a pop to the upside. Expect these targets. As soon as we start closing some 4-hour closures, maybe a daily closure above 532, then yeah, we're going to be facing an upper bound here. I would say maybe between 532 to, 554 to about 578. It's conditional though. These are the first targets to observe, 516 to 532. But this reminds me a lot of that other ticker that I just did I just did a thread of analysis on for the microburst. This. So this ticker has, this ticker has an opportunity. Let me see KAVL as well. Hold on. I'm not remembering clearly. Watch the video. Okay, watch the video that I put out on the microburst series. I just put it out like 2-3 hours ago. Both LGVN and KAVL or KAVL, I think it was. One of these tickers have a huge upside coming in, and I say it. Okay, so I think it may be this one here. So I think pullback. There's a couple pullback zones here, including the 290 area into maybe the 280 area, and just in case it fails the 280 area, we could come to a lesser probability 259 to 266. And then there could be a rip all the way up here to 327 to 343. I think it's this one, but I encourage you, go to the. All right, OG, take care, brother. Be safe. I'll catch you in the AM. I think this is the one that has a potential opportunity for an upside. It's one of the two that I put on the microburst videos. Okay, so if that's the case, guys, there's something up here. I think LGVN and also the ticker that we just looked at for Mark Roach, MPW, both of these are the small caps that are going to be presented with a massive opportunity. And for now, I think I'm more. Actually, they're about the same rating. Maybe MPW a little more, maybe. But both of them have huge promise. So just heads up. Okay, MPW and LGVN. Those two small caps, so those are the ones that I think could make a nice move. So, oh yeah, you know what? Somebody, yeah, that's right. Moon Market, right? He was talking about the HUBC ticker. That really should have been the one I studied too. So let's see this. Oh yeah, very, very clean. 12-hour upside stochastic with volatility positive here. Man, that's powerful. Let me see the hourly time frame retrace. No, upside on the hourly with expansion. Upside bi-hourly with expansion. 3-hour upside with expansion. Get the hell out of here. Upside price, upside stoke with expansion, and all the way to the 6-hour time frame. And then your 8-hour time frame, oh my goodness, the only one is a 6-hour time frame with not an upside pivot. Other than that, everything else is pivoted towards the upside. The buy daily is nasty. The freaking 3-day is, oh dude. There's something up here. Yeah, this is not finished. The HUBC is not done. It's you didn't have time for this one, Seb? Dude, I think what's its average true range now? It's about 30 cents. So 2-4, yeah. It's technically saying that this would it has the potentials of reaching around the I would say 240 something, 249 tomorrow. But if we start, it depends on where we open too. So it may actually gap up and then open with a further valuation. So if we start combating the 250 here and start converting that, or 249, whatever that is, and start converting that into a support, guys, there is probably a huge upside on this, and I think it's going to be bigger than 325. Yeah, maybe we have critical resistance at 325 to 350, but we need to get over the 248. Let me see. Yeah, this is that is critical. That resistance is absolutely tough. So it needs buy side conviction here. It needs buy side pressure in order for it to continue to that upside. But it looks healthy as all hell, man. Yeah. This was inverse head and shoulders potential breakout. Let's get that measured move. Okay, and then from the shoulder, that's your target. It was 212. Yeah, this is a complete measured move. Guys, I think this has more to go, though. If we have an immediate short-term pullback, that's likely to the 5-minute time frame. So the 5-minute retrace, let's see, $2.06. I wouldn't trust. Let me see. That's your SMA 50, maybe actually. So I'm going to give you two zones, right? Yeah, it would probably be. It would probably be around that 205, but then don't doubt this thing that it could go back down to 185 at the EMA 200 5-minute. There is that probability too, okay, team? So yeah, the HUBC, this is showing high promise. But remember that it's only worth $2. So at any moment, some schmuck could just take all his profits and then this thing capitulates. Okay, but as far as momentum and our direction bias using volatility, and as far as the direction bias using momentum, I do think that this has a continuation to the upside, and it feels very likely. And take a look at this. The 4-hour time frame, current ATR top is 225. And we were just observing. No, that's 325. Okay, no, never mind. Do we have something beyond that? Okay, the 245 at that, 263. Let me see the 12-hour. The 12-hour is leading towards 267. Where's 267? Okay, that's just above the resistance. Not bad. Okay. Yeah, 264 to 267. That's rhyming here with at least a 250 that we're experiencing with resistance. Yeah, guys, I do think that we're gonna make some upside moves on here. Just wait for the pullback and then rip that thing to the upside, and I think we should be good. So, Ian, I got you, buddy. I got you, buddy. No problem. Let's take a look at it. It's going to be, let me keep that in line here, bro, because these stupid small caps, bro, there's opportunities left and right on these. Holy crap. And we also have Tesla massively in play. So far, 1, 2, 3, 4 tickers in huge play. Let me pull up your ticker. What is it? PAA? Old Dad saying FSRN looking good too. Thank you, Old Dad. What is that, a small cap as well? PAA. Okay, so let's see this. Let me look at the 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour time frame feels, oversold. Looks like RSI is going to be facing a resistance here soon. Let me see the hourly. Everything is oversold. It's just a little slow mover. It's moving 34 cents on an ATR, and it's worth $17. So it's a little bit of a slow mover, but it's still got some potentials. I mean, dude, did you buy the options contracts yesterday? Or when did you get them? Ian, did you purchase them? Oh, there you are. Oh, 2 weeks ago. Damn. That's no good. Okay. Yeah, actually 2 weeks ago. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you buy them somewhere around the $17? Around where we are now? Is that where you purchased them? Let's see. A little higher. Okay. Dude, damn it. Taking profit all over this over here, man. Oh, you already did. Okay. All right. So, if this thing pushes to the upside, it's already kind of gapping up in the pre-market here. So your ATR top is supposed to be 1835. That would, damn, dude, really? Okay, a few things to stop price action from continuing to 1835. I'm going to give you those levels. This right here would be a critical inflection. 1802 to 1793. And if you're talking about 1835, this would honestly be your top side, 1823. Just like that, right? And what other reason do I have? Let me take a look at volatility and momentum. Hold on. Where is it pushing from? Okay, 15-minute upside, 30-minute upside. Do we have anything near us? 3 days ago, it got maintained at a buy 3 days ago. That's why it got shorted. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, dude. I think there's got to be a reason why it's gapping up like this. It's this thing just gapped up, half of its true range. So 1750 to 1770, that's 20 cents. That's a huge gap up. So I wonder if something's happening here. Another reason to prevent from us getting into this main resistance would be the EMA 200 at 1782. So heads up on that. Okay, so in other words, I'm telling you that I think we're about to enter a consolidation phase, and that's going to be this until we finally decide to break out. And that may be the case, buddy. And I do think that is the case because we retraced all the way down to this primary point here. That's usually I would have longed there too. So yeah, I think I would honestly just say that, bud. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and cut it here, team. I'm gonna go ahead and get some rest. Make sure to get yourself some rest before tomorrow's trading day. Remember, team. Remember what I'm telling you, right? Regarding the mentorship program for the. I'm gonna fast forward on this mentorship, guys. I'm talking about the beginners section all the way up to the strategies mentorship. It's gonna be remember, reach out to me to ArcMastersCourse at Gmail. Let's go ahead and type it in here real quick. So ArcMastersCourse at Gmail. And you'll be part of about, 120, 160 students thus far. So go ahead and get in touch with me at ArcMastersCourse at Gmail. I'll pass you the syllabus, the disclaimer, and all that good stuff. And please remember, please remember to take advantage of the ARCa Bulls trading team. Join with that link that I added in the chat. But I appreciate everybody for coming on by. Let's go ahead and observe the markets tomorrow. Let's make some money. All right, you guys. If any questions, you know where I'm at. Take care, team. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Never, ever, never, ever, never, never. You got it, old dad. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well. A very, very good rest of your night or day. And I'll catch you at the Bell Mañana. Adios. Yeah.